Well, that's maybe because it is, son. Maybe it is your party.
To celebrate the fact that today you and I became mother and son, legally.
And here I was thinking that this party was for me to celebrate that I was the luckiest guy in the world.
Hello?
Hello.
Hey, congratulations, you guys.
We are so happy for you. These are for you.
What? Look at this.
Well, you know, I think we should go get those unwrapped. What do you say?
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. Wait till you see this. You're gonna love this.
Honey, this is such a long time in coming. You are going to be a wonderful mother.
I hope so. James deserves it. He's been through so much.
And you do too, after everything you've been through.
But he's a little boy. I love little Marty so much. I mean, James.
I know what you meant.
I love him like he's my own.
Of course you do. And listen, it is only natural for you to be thinking about Marty and your loss at a time like this.
What do you think, Tab? Do you like it?
What's not to like? How many brides-to-be have their own private pastry chef whipping up wedding cake choices so they can make their own selection?
I know. Thank you, honey.
Thank me. There's no need to thank me. You're going to be a Crane bride. Get used to enjoying the perks. Taste this.
No. I think all the sugar is like getting to me.
Oh, come on. You can do it. You have to do it. If you want this wedding to go off without any hitches, listen, after we choose which cake we want, we've got a ton of other decisions to make fast.
I know. I don't want to feel rushed, you know, choose the wrong one.
Is she talking about cakes or husbands, I wonder?
Baby, don't worry. Everything in the wedding is going to be absolutely perfect.
I'm sure it will.
Okay, we can eliminate that one. I'll get you some more milk to wash that down.
You've got more on your plate than wedding cake choices, my dear. Like who you're gonna marry, Fox or Miguel?
Look, Teresa's been through the mill lately. You can't take it personally.
I thought she was gonna fire me on the spot. She was so angry.
Look, anybody could have made that mistake. I mean, it's not like you switched the envelope on purpose.
I know, but she really didn't want Ethan to see the one I left in his office. It was supposed to go in the Crane safe.
But she got it back, right?
Yeah, but I don't think it calmed her any. She was more than angry anyway. She was scared.
Scared? Of what?
I don't know, but I know freaked out when I see it. She definitely didn't want Ethan to see what was in her will.
Well, I don't see what the big deal is.
There was something else, too. Another smaller envelope inside the large one with her will. It had Ethan's name on it.
Well, that's weird. And what was in that one?
I don't know. I don't think Ethan saw it either.
Honey, what is it? You're shaking like a leaf.
That was too close. You know, Ethan almost learned the truth.
But he didn't.
No, because my mom managed to snatch this letter off of Ethan's desk before he read it. When it's bad enough that Ethan and Gwen know that I've left Ethan in charge of the entire Crane Empire as trustee for little Ethan, but if they ever found out why, because little Ethan is...
Breathe in, breathe out. You keep me alive. You are my passion for life.
You know, Ethan's my man. And I've always had a soft spot for Teresa, but I don't get it. I mean, why would Teresa give all the Crane assets to Ethan as a trustee for little Ethan in the event of her death?
He's not even a Crane.
Meaning I am.
Well, you are. You're one of Alistair Crane's sons.
Yeah, his bastard son. I mean, I didn't even know the old racist was my father until a week before he bit the dust.
I know he was awful, but still, you're entitled to something.
What are you saying? Teresa should leave all the Crane assets to me?
Or divide it between you and Alistair's other children.
Well, she didn't.
Well, she could have left everything to her family. Any one of them could have safeguarded the assets until little Ethan came of age.
Look, if I knew why she did it, I would tell you, Valerie, okay?
You don't have to snap at me.
Sorry. You've been snapped at enough for one day.
Maybe Teresa still feels bad that Ethan was disinherited after everyone found out he was Sam Bennett's son instead of Julian's. I mean, he was in line to inherit all of Crane one day.
I think there's more to it than that. And I think the answer is in that envelope that mysteriously disappeared.
Jared. Jared, how long were you standing there?
Long enough to say I'm not too crazy about this.
About what?
Every time I come in the room and you two are gabbing, you clam up. You know, I'm starting to get a little nervous, actually. Why do you two look so guilty, huh? If you spend a little too much money on shopping, I really have no right to yell at either one of you.
Shopping. Well, well, you know what? He's right. You know, he picked up on what we did. We split a piece of lemon meringue pie down, and I had to tell him. Oh my goodness! You knew what was up. You know, we swore off sweets for a month.
That's all right. You two can afford to have some pie.
Yeah.
So you feeling any better?
No, much better. Thank you. Did you hear back from Bali by chance?
Well, still waiting on the call.
Huh, but what's taking him so long, you know? I mean, you did send the proposal last night.
No, they're probably just trying to get us to sweat a little bit. We'll be hearing from them.
Very self-assured, aren't you, Jared?
Yeah, it's one of the many things that I like about him. So, just, out of curiosity, what makes you think that they are going to accept our terms?
We're Crane Industries. They need us to bail them out. They're not going to let this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity pass them by.
From your lips?
You'll see. I'll get back to you as soon as I hear from them.
Okay.
I'll see you later, Whit.
Okay, you too, sweetie.
Must be more careful. Must be more careful. He almost heard everything, Whitney, everything.
You know, he is your boyfriend. Maybe you could consider confiding in them.
No. No one can ever find out that little Ethan is really Ethan's son. Okay? Not until after I'm dead.
Hey, of course you're thinking about Marty today. He's your biological son.
He was. He was so beautiful, Gwen. I never got the chance to be his mother. I know you know how I feel.
Oh, God, not a day goes by I don't think about my Sarah. You know, I love Jane as if she were my own, and I know it's gonna be the same for you and James.
It already is. I couldn't ask for another for a little boy.
Yeah! Maybe we should take this outside, boys.
Good idea.
Maybe you should let James play with it.
I'll give him a turn. Yeah.
Come play with us, Mom. Too, and Gwen.
In a few minutes, sweetheart.
All right, come on. All right. Let's go. There's some dirt out here. Let's go.
My heart melts every time he calls me Mom.
Well, you know, today was just the legal part. You have already been his mother for many months now.
I feel like the luckiest woman in the world.
Then why am I getting the sense that something else is bothering you?
What could that be? I mean, Chris is great. James is my dream come true.
You're thinking about someone else as well as Marty, huh? You're thinking about Louise.
As much as I want to tell Ethan the truth, Whitney, I can't.
But you don't even know what he would do if he did find out the truth.
No, I do know what he would do.
No, you don't. Whatever he advised his friend to do in Rome has nothing to do with what might happen with you.
Whitney, he told his friend to stay married to his wife and sue the mother of his child for custody. How much more clear can you get?
I don't really see how you can compare the two.
Why are you fighting me on this? You are supposed to back me up.
I do, honey. I back you up all the time when I think you're right.
I'm just grateful that Ethan didn't see this letter. I don't know what I would have done.
Well, you would have handled it like you handle everything else. This is different. Little Ethan's all I've got, Whitney. And if there was a chance that I could lose him, well, everything's gonna be perfect.
Not to worry or anything, but don't you think Ethan and Gwen are gonna, keep trying to figure out why you would leave your son's entire legacy to Ethan?
What do you mean?
I mean, what if they keep thinking about it and start putting the pieces of the puzzle together and realize there's only one reason why you would do something like that?
Oh, God.
What I'm saying is that Ethan might not need to hear it from you. He could find out all on his own.
What, are we opening up a bakery here? Hey, you just missed out, buddy boy. We're picking out our wedding cake.
That's too bad. I'm sure I could have helped.
No, actually, it wasn't a problem at all. We picked one without you, and it wasn't that hard. It's because we both wanted the same one.
Yeah, which one's that?
This one right here.
Is that marzipan?
Yes, it's marzipan. You don't like marzipan?
It's not me. It's your bride. Kay hates marzipan. She's hated it since we were kids. Makes her sick.
I don't think this is going to be as much fun as I thought it was.
You are my passion for life.
You don't like it? You still don't like the cake? What? Kay, why would you pick that cake then?
I don't know. I just.
You just humoring me?
No, it wasn't
Don't do
just
that.
Okay, I saw how much you liked it, and I wanted you to have your favorite on our big day. Look, all that matters to me is that I'm marrying you. Now, what kind of cake we serve at the wedding?
Okay, but I want us to both like the cake, so we'll pick another one.
Just don't go with the strawberry filling.
What are you talking about, Miguel? Kay loves strawberries.
Not in cake. Am I right?
Wow, I don't know what we would do without your extensive history and knowledge of my fiancé, but I think we'll manage. Don't you have something to do? All right. Well, I think there's some more cake samples in the refrigerator.
You're playing with fire, young man.
Just reminding Kay how much better I know her than her supposed husband-to-be does.
No one's disputing the fact that you and Kay have a lot of history together.
Forget our history, Tabitha. I'm looking at a long and happy future with Kay.
You know, you shouldn't have to worry about losing your job. I'll talk to Teresa for you, okay?
That's sweet, but I'd rather you didn't.
You sure?
Yeah, right now I think the less said about my mistake, the better. I don't want a reminder about how careless and stupid I was.
Well, if you change your mind, let me know. She'll listen to me. She's Whitney's best friend.
Yeah, I know. And thanks.
For what?
Trying to make me feel better. You're the best.
Ethan is a smart guy, and Gwen, she's always suspicious of your motives. What if they connect the dots and realize that Ethan is really little Ethan's father?
No. That can't happen. Because little Ethan's all I got, Whitney, and I can't lose him.
Why do you keep saying he's all you have? It's not true. What about Jared?
What about him? Yeah, he's a great guy, and I'm very lucky to have him in my life.
Are you in love with him?
Whitney, I mean, I don't... Look, nothing and no one comes before my son.
Well, if that's true, why are you keeping something like this from your son?
He's gonna find out when the information can't be used to hurt him or myself.
Okay, I mean, that sounds great. That sounds really good on paper. But you know what? you should know better than anyone that even if you have the best intentions, something goes wrong. What if Ethan finds out about this? He's gonna be furious with you.
Well, that's why he can't find out until after I'm dead.
Teresa?
Oh, no, look, and if he is mad at me, you can just tell him why I did what I did. I mean, wait, I need you to promise me here, please. I mean, I'm serious about this. I want you to promise me that you're gonna tell Ethan that I wanted nothing more than to be a family with him and little Ethan. But I was afraid, Whitney. I was afraid that he and Gwen would sue me for custody of little Ethan and I would lose him, the same way that they took Jane from me. Can you please tell him that I'm very sorry, but I did what I had to do. I did what I thought was best for my son.
Okay. All right, I promise.
Thank you.
I won't say anything. But I still don't understand why you're doing this to yourself. Honey, you're not gonna die for years and years. Unless there's something that you're not telling me.
I don't know. I kind of have this feeling. I just need to make sure that I've got everything in order just in case.
Whoa! I think he's getting the hang of it. There you go, buddy. Good job. Go over there and play with it now. I think he likes it. He's a great kid.
Yeah, I know. That's why he deserves the best second mom in the world.
Must have been hard on him, losing his mother in the tsunami, huh?
Yeah. You know, he hardly ever speaks about it anymore. But, I don't think you ever get over something like that. Sheridan's been the best thing that's ever happened to him. And me, for that matter.
Well, I think that goes both ways. I don't know what Sheridan would have done without the two of you either.
You mean losing Marty and then our baby?
Yeah. It was just a wonderful thing that she had the two of you to love at that time. How's that new job going, anyway?
The job's great. Job's great. Although I imagine people will start talking about me earning a paycheck from my wife's family's company.
Actually, I haven't heard anybody say anything about that.
Well, I'm glad to hear that. You know, Teresa's great. She doesn't show any favoritism.
Yeah.
Sorry, man. I didn't mean to bring up a sore subject.
No, it's okay. We work in the same building, after all, and it's not like I don't run into her all the time somewhere or someplace.
And, that's okay. I mean, I know Gwen works there too, right?
I don't know if okay is the word I would use, but actually it gets very weird at times. For instance, today, Teresa's last will and testament came across my desk today, a copy of it. And apparently she has left the entire Crane estate for me to run and operate until little Ethan comes of age.
And you knew nothing about her plans?
Mm-mm. Came as a complete shock. I can't for the life of me understand why she would leave everything to me. Makes no sense.
I know you're thinking about Louise today.
Not just today, Gwen. Every day. Everywhere I go, everywhere I look, there he is. Even at the courthouse after the adoption was finalized, he was there with Fancy.
Oh.
It was a bittersweet moment. There I was, on cloud 9 with my husband and my brand new wonderful son. Picture perfect family. Everything I've ever dreamed of. And there he was. And it just reminded me of everything that might have been.
It must have been really hard for you.
But it's over. I'm married to Chris, and I love him and James. I'm with them, and Louise can move on with Fancy.
Are you sure you're going to be able to handle that?
I have to be. Fancy called me on all the mixed signals I was sending Louise. I kept telling him there was no chance that we would ever be together, but Every time I'd run into him, he could see how much I still wanted him.
And all that's just suddenly changed now?
It has to. I told Luis we can't flirt with the impossible. I am committed to my husband and my son. There's no chance whatsoever of us ever getting back together.
I know you want to believe that.
Don't you hear me? I'm committed. I've committed my life to being the best wife and mother I can be.
Well, that's gotta be pretty tough when I know you wish you were married to someone else.
Why would Teresa leave me in complete charge of the Crane Empire, even if it was only temporary until little Ethan comes of age?
Well, think about it. Well, one, she obviously trusts you. You're a savvy lawyer. And with all due respect, we know why she didn't leave Julian in charge of the company.
That's true. She and Julian have never gotten along. But he is little Ethan's dad.
Yeah, but from what Sheridan's told me, little Ethan has spent more time with you.
We've always been close since he was a baby.
I suppose not to mention the fact that Teresa did name him for you.
Yeah, she did. I was very, very flattered by that. Still, there's so many other people that she could have chosen to be in her will. Anyone in her family would have fought to death to preserve my boy's legacy.
Your boy? You just called little Ethan your boy.
Yeah, it's a natural slip. I love that boy as if he were my own.
I'm not denying that Luis will always hold a special place in my heart.
Okay, do not go all Hallmark on me right now. I know you've never loved anyone else the way you've loved Luis.
It doesn't matter, though. Chris is the man I'm spending my life with. He's the man I love enough to stay with. I could never betray the trust he's placed in me, and I would rather die than abandon James.
Well, I know that. But are you sure you can live with that?
I can. You'll see. Tell me about Teresa, about this new boyfriend that she has.
Well, Jared Casey is an absolute godsend. But you haven't heard the latest news. Ethan saw Teresa's will this morning.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and in essence, she has left the running of the entire Crane Empire to him until little Ethan comes of age.
You've got to be kidding.
No. Ethan was just as shocked as I was. And of course, I accused Teresa of just using this as another way to get to Ethan, but I'm actually not quite sure that's what's going on here.
So she showed you and Ethan the will?
No, not exactly. That's the thing. It was delivered to Ethan by mistake. Teresa was really upset about that, and she almost fired Valerie for messing up and dropping it on Ethan's desk.
Are you sure she wasn't faking being shocked?
Not that I would put that past her, but Teresa really seemed upset, and it looked like she did not want Ethan to see that until she was dead.
That's so strange. I mean, even for Teresa, that's strange.
Yeah, but that's not it, though. There was this envelope that was also in the package when Ethan first saw the will. And when I went back to his office to go get it, it wasn't there. And something is telling me that the answers I'm looking for were in it.
No more, no more. I'll die if I have another bite.
Okay, you're off the hook. Miguel, what do you think?
They're all pretty good to me. But if it were me picking my wedding cake, I'd go with the lemon. It has a nice little tang to it.
To each his own, I guess.
You know what? I'm just gonna run next door. So, good luck with the cakes.
Ugh, no wonder he and I don't get along. I hate lemony things.
Well, that's a shame. Kay's always adored anything lemony ever since she was a little girl.
Maybe we had a break for a while. Everything's starting to taste the same.
Yeah, I agree. I'm stuffed. I think I'm getting a tummy ache.
Okay, well, I will call the chef over at the mansion and tell him to send the rest of the samples over later. Much later. Okay?
That's a good idea.
You've got bigger problems than an ache in your tummy, girl.
No, don't start. Just because Miguel knows what flavors I like and dislike does not mean I'm supposed to marry him.
Whatever you say.
It doesn't. I love Fox, and that's all there is to it.
Well, I'm not arguing. It just seems to me that if you're so certain about Fox, I mean, why you keep dying to rush outside to be with Miguel?
Oh, just because you're a witch, you think you know everything.
Oh, you don't have to have special powers to read UK. Your conflict's written all over your face.
Well, that's impossible, because I've made up my mind and I'm gonna marry Fox. Not that I don't have any residual feelings for Miguel. I mean, he's Maria's father. I care about him as a person. But my gut feeling is that I should marry Fox.
Yes, well, your gut may be good enough to help you choose your wedding cake, but I think you should go by your heart when it comes to choosing your groom.
That's the problem. Fox and Miguel are both in my heart.
Well, you can only marry one of them, dear. So you better be sure that the one you choose is the one you can live with for the rest of your life.
I wonder what Teresa's up to now.
Well, maybe it's time to stop worrying about her. I mean, maybe there's a perfectly innocent reason for her to leave her holdings to Ethan.
I would still give anything to know what was in that envelope. You know, something's telling me it would shed light on everything she's done.
Well, it might, but...
I mean, at first glance, you would think that Teresa would have nothing to gain by naming Ethan as trustee for little Ethan until he's old enough to take over.
Well, I agree.
But there has got to be more to it than that. Because why wouldn't she just sign everything over to someone in her family? I mean, of course, they would be trusted to safeguard little Ethan's legacy better than anyone else outside the family, right?
Yeah, but... well, none of the Lopez Fitzgeralds are interested in business. And certainly not Luis. And I've never heard anyone say that Miguel was interested in the corporate world. And Paloma seems to have found her calling in police work, like Luis. And, well, maybe Teresa feels Pilar won't live long enough to see little Ethan reach maturity.
I guess, but I don't know.
I know, but Ethan would probably be running the business now if someone hadn't uncovered that he was really Sam Bennett's son.
Well, we all know that was Teresa's doing now, don't we?
Well, maybe she feels guilty for her actions. Or maybe she's just being smart. She knows that Ethan will do a great job running the company, leaving it successful for her son.
It could be, but I still think there's more to it than that.
I'm gonna let you get back to work.
No, you can't go. Not until you tell me the latest on you and Chad. So, when's the big wedding date?
Yeah, well, I'm not really sure there is gonna be a wedding date.
You still think he's cheating on you?
Well, I don't know how else to explain his recent behavior. I mean, he's been acting so secretive lately. Like, he's on the phone all hours of the night, right? And he'll stick around to tuck Miles in bed, but then he'll all of a sudden get a call and leave, supposedly going to work. And earlier I caught him and Valerie in the office together all by themselves, you know. They're laughing and having a good time.
So you think you could be doing something with Valerie?
I think it might be possible.
Well, that does it. Valerie gave Ethan my will. Now she's trying to hurt my best friend. She's out of here.
No, don't fire Valerie.
Well, why don't you give me one good reason not to?
Because I don't know anything for sure. I don't know anything. My imagination could be just running completely wild. And I don't want her to lose her job because I'm overly suspicious and insecure. No. Until or unless I have proof, I have to have faith. I just have to have faith in the man that I love.
Thanks again for trying to make me feel better.
Anytime.
I better get back to work.
Yeah.
What the hell are you doing?
What do you mean? Valerie was just upset. Teresa almost took her head off earlier.
Oh, yeah, like that would have worked if it was Whitney standing here when those elevator doors opened instead of me.
I guess it did look kind of bad, didn't it?
Yeah, you think? Just be careful, man. I mean, you don't want to lose the woman you really care about, do you?
No. I don't want to lose Whitney over anything I got going down in my life. I'm going to keep that separate from me and my future with Whitney.
Just be careful.
Don't worry. I will.
shoot. Well, that's just it. You didn't shoot. At least not with any finesse. What are you doing here? I saw you from next door. I thought you might like some company. Lucky shot. It's not luck, man. Care to put it to the test?
Anytime.
All right. How about a little game of one-on-one, you and me right here? But I gotta warn you, I pretty much was my high school basketball team.
Oh, yeah? Let me guess. Prep school? Which makes you so much better than a kid that went to public school?
Well, we'll see.
Why don't you want me to marry Fox?
But that's not the point, dear. I'm just trying to stop you from making the biggest mistake of your life before it's too late.
Hey, let's look in your magic bowl.
Oh. I'm so glad you asked. Thought you'd never ask.
Maybe it can help me make my decision.
Magic bowl, don't be droll. Tell us what you know.
What do you see?
Well, I'll tell you one thing. It doesn't have any opinion on lemon versus marzipan.
Not about the wedding cake, Tabitha. Fox or Miguel? Who do I marry?
Well, I can see the church, and I can see the aisle, and lots of guests. In fact, it looks like everyone from Harmony's there.
Who am I at the altar with?
I think I should change the channel.
Okay, you're hiding something from me. I don't see anything.
Well, then that means there's nothing to see.
Oh, come on. You can see everything. You're a witch. Tell me what is in there. I need to know. Who do I marry?
Something's not right here.
What? What's wrong?
Everyone's at the church, Kay, but they're not there for your wedding.
Well, then why are they there?
Hope we're not interrupting.
Not at all, ladies. Sheridan, come over here. Have a look at your son. Look how psyched he is about that truck.
Well, Ethan picked it up for him.
Yeah, I did. You know, Ethan was just telling me about Teresa's unusual bequest.
We were just discussing that inside.
For the life of me, I cannot figure out what Teresa hopes to gain by leaving Ethan in charge of everything.
Well, it doesn't make sense as a ploy to interfere with your marriage, since, as you said, Teresa didn't intend on anyone seeing the will until after she passed away.
That's what I told Gwen. But I think Chris is right. I think Teresa just trusts me to keep Crane's assets intact until little Ethan's time comes.
Well, that might be. But does it really matter? I can't imagine Teresa's gonna die anytime in the near future.
Ah, true enough.
James, that's enough. You want to come inside with us for some snacks?
Can I offer you a beer?
Yes, you can.
Excellent. We'll see you inside.
Well, I am not convinced, because Teresa never does anything without a motive. And I'm gonna find out what this one is.
Well, it seems to me if Teresa left everything to Ethan, even if only temporarily, she still has some pretty big feelings towards him.
Does that bug you?
What do you think, man? But it doesn't matter. I mean, I'm completely into Teresa, and I have faith in myself. I know I can get her to love me as much as I love her.
I don't know why I'm so insecure about this whole Chad thing. I mean, I know he loves me.
Of course he loves you. Whitney, the two of you have been through so much over the past few months, okay? Anyone would feel off balance. Look, if you do change your mind about Valerie, I will give her the boot.
Don't do that.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
She deserves it, Whitney. I mean, she gave Ethan my will, and the only saving grace was the fact that Ethan didn't read the letter that I attached to it.
I have to say, all this talk about dying and wills. I mean, I know it's important to have one, I get it, but why are you being so negative with all this doom and gloom? You're gonna be around for another 60, 70 years, maybe more. Honey, what's going on? What are you not telling me?
Look, it's like I told you before, I don't know. I can't shake this feeling, Whitney. Maybe it had something to do with what happened in the steam room.
Okay, but that was an accident, right?
Yes, and accidents happen. I know that, but I don't know. I keep having these dark flashes. You know, it's like, I feel like somebody's walking over my grave. Like, something bad's about to happen. I may not have as much time left as I think.
What's up?
What, you want to stop?
You don't know me at all, do you? You never quit.
Well, we actually have something in common then.
Too bad it's not the only thing. Come on.
If all those people aren't at the church for my wedding, then what are they there for?
Do you really want to know?
Yes, I really want to know. Is it somebody else's wedding? Noah's, Paloma's?
No. It's not a wedding, it's a funeral. Everyone's there for a funeral.
What?
You heard me, Kay. Someone very close to you is going to die.
Do you miss me back? Love, JT.
Oh my God.
Gleason's backup. That's where we come in.
The cover's blown. I'm a dead man walking.
Thursday, a night that will leave you wanting more.
Randy?